Yes, good morning. Today's topic is becoming an effective writer. Writers are needed these days. Content writers, as we know, in are required in all the in the complete digital marketing industry. The content writing is one of the most important part, and how we can write effectively, whether you are going to write a blog, whether you are going to write for any website content, or you are going to write for social media post, and what are the things you have to consider, right? Suppose you are writing in news, wow, you should write the headings, the title, so that the title it attracts people and they clicks for opening, right? The titles are important, and we will discuss a lot of heading formats today to be an effective writer session. And right, so what are the measures to be an effective writers? Your writing has to slow the person down and prevent them from clicking another link. To slow the person down, because lot of content peoples are uploading on the internet, everyone uploading on the internet content uploading, everyone uploading content on the internet, whether you are uploading content on Instagram or on YouTube, uploading any video on YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, right? And or writing a blog, whether the company, individuals, organizations, everyone uploading content. A lot of content is available on the internet. Now you need to write content such a way, right? Your content should slow the person down and prevent them from clicking another link. And the person going to read it, the next paragraph, engaging. The content must be engaging to the content, right? And write content that cuts through the noise, right? Lot of noise, as I said, lot of content is available, a lot of noise is available, so your content should be different. You need to learn to write content that is educational. Definitely, if you are writing something, that must be entertaining, that must be education, providing some education. Only then anyone is going to give time to read it, because lot of content is there. If we ever talk about writing an interesting content, at the first point comes our mind is you must know your reader. You must know about your reader, about your audience, about your prospective customers, which type of content they like, what they are searching for, what is their qualification, what is their age group, right? Personality wise, how they think. That is the always, anytime, the first thing is to whom you are writing. That is, we are keeping all those things apart from this discussion, but we should know that. So we must know for whom we are writing, right? What is their interest and all. We'll discuss a lot of other points today for effective writing. And effective, for some of the effective writing core attributes are attention grabbing headline. The first thing is the headline. Whether you are sending the content using an email, whether you are writing a blog and someone searching the content and finding it on the Google, even on the Google, the title, the headline attracts to the user for clicking on a particular result, right? Whether you are uploading on social media, headline and 2-3 lines of the content, as we see, the headline should be attractive, attention grabbing, right? So headline must be attention grabbing. We will discuss in detail different heading formats, headline formats in the next slide. The next is tone relevant to your readers. The tone should be relevant to your readers. What exactly you want to communicate, how informative it is, how educational it is, how entertaining it is, the content is. The tone must be set as, even for setting the tone of your piece of writing, you must know your readers, you must know your audience, right? So you have to research little bit before writing for whom you are writing. You have to research little bit at least for whom you are writing. That is very important. help the reader to do something. Help the reader to do something, not only reading. It must motivate your reader for doing something, right? The purpose of your writing must motivate for action. It must be action oriented. As we say, you must use actionable verb. You must use actionable verb, right? So action oriented it should be. Add to the conversation. Conversation should start. It should start with any conversation. If it is on social media, you are writing your headlines must start some conversation. If it is a blog, it must start some conversation. Conversation, right? Write for the way people search, because content searching on the internet is using search queries, using the keywords. So you must research for keyword research. You must go for keyword research also. You must know about the keyword research. You must know how people searches on the Google, what they are going to type. And today voice search is dominating also. You must know about voice search, how you can optimize your content for voice search, right? We will discuss in detail. We have discussed about voice search, we have discussed about keyword research, voice search research, how to optimize for voice search. We discussed in detail in other slides. We also discussed in detail keyword research in another slides, another time. We also discussed in detail about buyer persona, how you define your audience, how you are going to define your audience, how you are going to define your buyer personas, how you are going to define your prospective customers, that we discussed in detail in another slides, right? Write the way people search. Solid structure. The structure of the content must be solid, with keywords, with proper keywords, with proper headlines. One core idea. Even if you are writing a blog, then the blog must be on a particular core idea, and other sub ideas, other subheadings, the whole content must support that core idea. Getting my point? All the content must support that core idea. Supports your brand messaging. Your content, your writing must support your brand messaging. What your brand, how your brand going to give the message on a particular product or a service, that must support. As a relevant call to action, we discussed about call to action. If you are writing a blog, if you are writing a piece of social media post, then it must be actionable. You must use actionable verb, and you must wait your customers for call to click on a call to action, right? You should be able to motivate. Your writing, your piece of content must be able to motivate using the actionable verb, right? To click on a call to action. The call to action may be, suppose, download now. It may be click here. You are taking them on a particular landing page, on a form, on a particular landing page, right? Free of errors and poor grammar. Lot of tools are available for checking errors, spelling mistakes, and grammar and all. You must follow, you must use these tools, and you must use these tools and all, right? So these are few suggestions for effective writing, right? And if 80% of people will read your headline, as I said, headline is one of the most important part, because if someone is clicking your content, because you cannot display the whole content, so you will be displaying on during the content promotion, as we discussed on a different video about the content promotion. So you will be promoting your content on different social media platforms, but you will not be using the whole content for the promotion. You will be using your headline as well as 2-3 lines, that's all, for content promotion, whether it is a paid promotion or organic promotion, right? So 80% of people will read your headlines, so you must research about before writing the headline, before finalizing the headline, and at least go for making 5 to 10 headlines for a particular piece of content. If you are writing a blog of 2000 words or 1500 words or 1000 words, you must write at least 5 to 10 headlines for it, and take suggestions from your friends and family members, which one is impactful, which one is attention grabbing, right? Then you have to decide, finalize your headline. At least 5 to 10 version of the headline you must write. Begin your writing by coming up with a working title. Similarly, different title formats are, as I discussed, we on the internet you have seen lot of title formats, like how to format. The one is how to format, how to do this, how to do that, how to achieve this target, how to do, it is called how to format, right? Lot of people, lot of content writers, maximum people are using how to formats. That is one. Second is list format. List format is number. Whenever you see a number like 7 ways to do this, 15 important points of digital marketing, 21 unknown facts about social media marketing, 7 important things about Facebook marketing, right? This is called list format. Whenever we are using a number. Question format. Question, asking the question. It is different from how to question format. How you can achieve, how they are achieving something, how you can achieve this, like this. Negative angle format. And in negative angle, people and the writers use basically negative title, negative with the negative sense, negative angle, right? Because it is attention grabbing. Maybe something not happen, but they are using. Similarly, secret of format. Secret of 5 top secrets of this business. 5 top secrets of how to increase your visitors on the website drastically in a large number. Secrets of blog promotion, right? Secret of formats. Little known advice, tips or tricks. 5 little known things about Dehradun. 5 little known things about Nainital. 5 little known things about Delhi, right? We see this mostly in tourism industry. People are using little known, giving advice, right? A single advice about, that is again advice. You should know this format. You should know this, right? How it works. You should know this format. These are basically title formats, and if definitely you will be searching lot of times content on the internet using your smartphone or laptop, and you will be encountering on these title formats. Mostly on the internet you will find, and if you are going to write next time something, so you can think of any one of the formats from them, right? Any one of the formats from these formats. You can take any one from these formats, and you can research which format will be best for you whenever next time you are going to write, right? So these are about title formats, different title formats, and as we discussed, titles are one of the most important thing. 80% of people will read your headline. Now, if your headline is impactful, if your headline is attractive, if you are using secret of Definitely. I also click, even I know that nothing will be there inside the content, nothing important is there. If the format is secret of, then definitely I clicks on the content, on the title, secret of, especially in case of news websites and all, right? Little known, again, it is every format you can use. It depends upon the context where you are using it. It depends upon totally upon the context, and these are the top formats, heading formats, right? Now next is interesting data format. We can use data also. Quick tip format. Quick tip format, you will see many content on the net using the quick tip title format. You first need to understand who your ideal reader is, as I said earlier, which is also known as your buyer personas. Your audience, your reader, your buyer personas, your prospective customers, anything you can say, any name you can, but you must know them. You must know their age group, you must know their educational level, you must know their reading habits, right? Paying capacity, and you can define a personality of your buyer, of the right of your reader, that what how much time they are giving in the reading and all, right? You should research the words people actually use to search and communicate. Researching the word is again keyword research. If we talk about researching the word, it is keyword research. And we have done a detailed discussion about in 2 videos on keyword research. Apart from that, today voice search is also important. You have to optimize your content for voice search also, that we discussed in the last slide, right? Now the next is use contractions, the another part of effective writing. About the writing a piece, that in this we have discussed in detail some suggestions. We have discussed in detail different heading formats, title formats we can use. And next is use contractions. Contractions like have not, right? Adding 2 words together with apostrophe, that is called contractions. Write with simple language. The business language must be simple, not literary, so that every simple and effective, right? Simple words, so that maximum audience can understand easily, right? Simple and effective. Use the active voice always. If you are writing simple language, must use active voice. Be clear and concise. This is not literary writing. It should be a business. It is a business writing, and we must use simple language with active voice, clear and concise, so that maximum audience, maximum readers can understand easily, effectively. It leaves the writing leaves the effect on the readers, on the audience, right? Use short sentences and paragraphs. These short sentences and paragraph should contain 3 to 4 sentence, 3 to 4 5 short sentence. The trend in the market is on the blogging and on the social media, the website is short paragraph. We need more white space, right? Cut fluffy words from your writing. Adhere to a style guide, right? Write space, more white space, short paragraphs, right? Formatting, colors and all. Use you and your instead of their, they. Better to use you and your. It gives an human touch. You and your gives an human touch, right? Avoid jargon words. Don't be snarky. Use spell check always. Grammar and spell checking must be used always, right? Now, content repurposing. You made a blog or you made a video. These are the different content formats, maybe infographics, white paper, and most of the people like it. It works very good. It organically and paid both mediums. Now repurposing is, if suppose you write a good content, a good blog, and most of the people engaged with that blog, you receive lot of clicks, leads, and all those whatever your objectives, it fulfills your objective. Now you should give the same message of the blog with that content. Use Develop a video we can develop having the similar message on the video that you have given using that blog, because from your target segment, from your targeted customers, your targeted prospective customers, many may not write to read blog. Many of them may be interested on viewing videos. Many will be engaged with videos. So that brand message, that message of the blog, you should give using a video, right? That we call content repurposing. Or you can make small pieces of that content and promote on social media. That is another way. So we will discuss the content. This is the way of content repurposing. Great content is the foundation of your content marketing plan, right? It takes a lot of time to create effective content on consistent basis. Definitely, if you have developed a blog, a great blog, it may have taken a lot of hours, right? Content is just a theme that can be showcased in many different formats. As I said, the theme you showcased on as a blog, now it's the same blog theme message you are showcasing using a video, right? A prospect needs to see or hear your marketing message at least 7 times before they take action and buy from you. This is a rule of 7. And you can also you may have also feel in your life, if you are going to purchase something by viewing an advertisement, then that advertisement you have seen on an average 7 times, then you are going to buy the product. A prospect needs to see or hear your marketing message at least 7 times before they take action and buy from, right? So this will help. The one time the user is going to say it as a blog, the same message you are now delivering using a video, same message you may be delivering using infographics, right? Or a white paper. So multiple times you are delivering the same message. So it is leaving the impact, right? Reinstilling. Benefits and advantages of repurposing content gives you another opportunity to rank within search engine results. First time you ranked with, right? Another opportunity, allow you to reach new audience. As I said, supports the consistency of your message, helps your content marketing team create content on a more consistent basis, right? So it is tough to generate new ideas again and again in content writing, not easy. So if you are repurposing a same content on different content formats, it helps the content marketing team, right? It helps content marketing team. The act of content reposting your content, mainly blogs on other websites with proper credit given to the original author, is called content republishing. Now content repurposing is two types, whether content republishing and content recycling. If we are talking about changing the headlines of the content and giving the reference to the original content, we are promoting it, it is called republishing. You are republishing the same content with a different headline but giving reference to the original content. The reference is required for SEO. Strive to choose reputable sites to partner with. Now you should republish the content in reputable websites, relevant websites, the websites relevant to you, but they must be reputed also. Wait at least 2 weeks before you republish your content. If you are going to republish a blog, that is, you are changing only the headlines in the blog and republishing this blog on different other websites, so you have to wait for 15 days, because Google takes 15 days maximum to index the content. Within 15 days, Google will index your blog, Google will index your content. Then you can republish that content, that blog, to other websites with changing heading, title, making different titles. You can change your image, pictures and all, but mostly the content will remain same, right? But you have to give reference to your original content, right? Canonical reference is needed for SEO. Include internal links throughout your post. Update the headline of each republished piece of content, right? Suppose you republished content after 15 days on multiple websites with different headlines. So sometimes what happens, Google is giving us the same content with different headlines in search results. As I'm talking about, in search results, Google provides us same content with different headlines, right? So this is about, right? Now don't republish all of your content, just top performing content. We are talking about republishing content, but not every content should be republished. Top performing, as I said initially, any blog is performing very good, then you have to republish it on different websites, repurpose it as a video, right? Make sure your content is a great fit for the site it's being published to. The fit should be there in the content in the site. Include a call to action within your blog's post. Call to actions must be there within blog post, so that you can achieve your objectives. If your objective is to generate leads, there must be call to actions for generation of leads. If your objective is to sell something, to book something, these call to actions must be there on everywhere you are publishing your content. Now we'll talk about effective recycled content. The last two slides we were discussing about effective republishing. Now it is recycling. In recycling, three things are important: adjust, combine and expand. Adjust, combine and expand. Adjust is what needs to be added, removed or reworded. Added, removed or reworded as per the platform you are recycling it. So you can adjust, you can remove something, you can add something new, you can reword it. If you are making a video or making a post, you can do that adjustment of the content, right? And similarly, combine. You may be able to combine related or unrelated content to provide new value and meaning. Since you are recycling it, making a blog from a blog, you are recycling a blog, a high performing blog, and making a video, right? So you adjusted many messages, something removed, something new added, reworded. Combine, you may be able to combine related or unrelated content to provide new value and meaning, right? That is also important. Expand. Expand is there an opportunity to expand on something you have already done in order to dig deeper into the topic? If you want to include something new, then you can. You want to take customer deeper on your video, then you can do it. So this is recycling of the content. You can adjust, you can combine and you can expand, right? Effective recycling content. That is about effective recycling. So this is all about content, how you can be an effective writer, and how you can content repurposing. And repurposing is effective content. Not every content will be recycled or republished, only the content that perform very well, we can recycle them, we can republish them, but care should be taken whether you are going to republish it. Reference to original content must be given. Content headlines, titles must be changed every time you are republishing. In case of recycling, you can adjust, combine or expand the content. That is also possible, right? Okay, thank you. Thank you.